We are live. Good morning. Welcome to the Tuesday, November 18th Board of Public Works meeting. We are streaming live on our YouTube channel, archiving the meeting there. Kind of a short agenda tonight, or today, nonetheless, very good. We have roll call, please.
Carl Eaglin.
Here.
Bob Courtney.
Here.
Dave Carlo.
Here.
All right. Board, have you had a chance to review the minutes from Monday, November the 3rd, so we'll entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion, we approve the minutes.
I'll second Carl's motion.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thanks. Moving on to claims.
Mayor, I had an opportunity to review the claims. We have a general docket and a payroll docket, and after reviewing both, I'll make a motion that the claims be approved as submitted.
Second David's motion.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. All right, moving on to new business. We have pay application number 3 for the transfer station.
Morning, Board.
Good
You
morning.
have in front of you a pay app for the TSO project, and I am presenting as Chris couldn't be here today, so I'm limited on information other than to tell you. Obviously, it's a pay app for $74,731 of the overall project. This would leave about $227,000 remaining on the contract, including their retainage and a small increase in the project that we did.
I'll fill in a blank here. This is, I think you mentioned it's pay app number 3, and we're about 80% complete with the project. Dave, I think you mentioned you were up at the TSO. You've seen all the subsurface, surface, and the fencing work, and now they're working on, really, we're down to the building. The new shell of the building, as well as the new structure that's going to protect the recycling area from the elements.
Big
did not-
improvements on what it was.
Great improvements, and this is another one of those outstanding projects we've been working on for a couple of years that should be completed by the end of the year.
Yeah, Mayor, I was up there Friday, spent some time, and they were currently working on the roof covering the recycling, and then the next was the project was a roof on the main building and the siding on the main building, so making good progress. I'll make a motion that the application number 3 for the Madison transfer station be approved as submitted.
I'll second David's motion.
Any discussion? And this is the pay application from Saddam, who is our contractor. We have
Correct.
essentially 2 contractors here, Saddam and JTL, doing the design and inspection work. Any discussion, comments, or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thanks.
Thank you, Board.
Hey, Mindy, while we're waiting on, while you're going to tee up the vacant and abandoned, you want to give an update on Main Street? Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah, thanks a lot. No
Yeah.
pressure.
Yeah.
It's open.
Drive down.
It's open.
Drive down the street.
It looks fantastic. I think the new bump outs on the intersections where we've completed them are fabulous and much safer for people crossing the street. I've noticed people have slowed down on Main Street. So they're still working on putting in plant material and a little bit, I think they have a little bit of curb work left to do, but personally very happy with All-Star. They've been great to work with. They've done great work. They did it in the very complicated time frame that we gave them, and with very, very little, if any, trouble. So very pleased with it. Haven't heard any complaints either.
I think all the asphalt and striping's finished, and
Yes.
and concrete work mostly done.
Mostly.
And, what's left is the planting beds, and we have the holiday open house. Is it this weekend? Or not the holiday open house, the light up.
Light up Madison. I'm not sure what the
I
date is.
think it's right after Thanksgiving, so I think it's the end of next week.
Light poles. They're putting in
Yeah,
light poles
light
right
poles.
now, doing some light work in those, in the new bump outs.
Good deal.
But it's coming together.
The areas that will have grass, will they sod that or just wait till spring or go ahead and sod down?
I'm not sure how much grass or sod there's going to be. It's mostly plant material,
Okay,
I
I
think.
wasn't
I mean,
sure.
there may be some, but
I was just curious. Sod always looks so nice on the different areas that we around Madison, that we've used that and all, so it's nice, real quick.
I think it looks great. Downtown Madison looks great, Main Street, not only the pavement, the road, but the decorated lamp post, and,
Yes.
I mean, just brings in the holiday festive season, so,
It's the whole picture, but
yes, the whole picture.
it feels
It's all
pretty
come
good, I will
together.
say. I've worked on Main Street for 5 years, and it feels good to have some things getting done.
Yes,
Take a lot of grief over the
lot
last
of-
5 years, haven't
a
you?
lot of planning and now the doing. The
Yeah.
hard, that's also, it took us 5 years to get to the start line. Good job on it, Mindy.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, Mindy.
Okay, moving on, we would invite Dewey O'Neill here for a vacant and abandoned structures ordinance update. Dewey?
Take your time, Minnie. Good morning, Board. Good morning.
Wait, before you get started, can you be sure and get me a copy of that presentation for
Absolutely
the
will.
records? Okay. thank
Sorry,
you.
yes. Okay, per our vacant and abandoned structures registry ordinance, I am here to, it's a requirement that I report to you on a quarterly basis, this being the first presentation. There's some extra here, but I've got to present a couple of things. Okay, Minnie. One more, there you go. Just some numbers for you first. The number of structures, what's required per the ordinance is primarily the fee breakdown. And so far, 31 notices have gone out to properties, none of which have paid a fee to this point. Also, none of the fees have been waived or anything of that nature. So those are the two requirements per the ordinance I need to report on. What we're doing to meet compliance is sending out secondary letters. We will be doing that shortly, providing an additional time frame that's not required per the ordinance, but we're going to do that to those that have not paid a fee as of yet. Some other pertinent data, 31 cases have been opened. There's still 25 yet to be determined, to be sent notification, I should say, of determination. We do have 4 cases that have voluntarily registered, which is encouraging, not what we want. 27 cases have been registered by staff. And I expect that by the end of the year, we'll have all the remaining 25 cases, notification of determination sent out by then.
And when you voluntarily register, the registration fees, there's no registration fee, it's zero.
That's true.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so the other cases that have been registered by staff is because the initial notification of the determination that the property was vacant and/or abandoned was essentially disregarded by the person who received the letter, and they've not voluntarily registered, they've not submitted plans, and so, as predictable, these were people that weren't complying with our nuisance ordinance anyway, and so it's going to take more work, as we anticipated,
Yep.
to deal with abatements of these vacant and abandoned structures that aren't meeting minimum standards, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Have you had pushback from those, or any type of communication, or?
There's been communications. I've been asked to leave town, if I can say that. So,
Tar and feathered?
but, so a little bit of everything, quite
Okay.
honestly. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. This is the list that you can't quite tell. Your packets will see that, but the properties in green, I did have actually a duplication, which is my fault. Someone voluntarily registered, and for whatever reason, our OpenGov system did not alert me of that. So I am reaching out to that property owner to apologize for the duplication. But the properties in green, voluntarily registered, and those that remain, you can see the initial date from the bottom up, date submitted. There has been some contact with some of them, but most have just not answered any correspondence. So,
All these properties look like they're downtown except for Flint Street.
Hendricks.
And Hendricks, I guess. Did it? You have a
Is
couple,
Hendricks, is that the ongoing property?
the one,
Yeah, that's.
one where we
been
can't
a few
identify the
years
owner?
now.
Yeah, it's we did have it sealed up some time ago, but still, it's not meeting standards, and it probably has the most nuisance cases of any property in the city, so. Okay, Mindy. Now, just some examples, some before and afters. We're familiar with this property right at the corner of Jefferson and Third Street there. The before picture on the left, although it doesn't quite tell the story, but it certainly looks much better at this point. Okay.
What do we do with the rear of that structure?
The rear still has some issues to it, honestly, but these folks have been very cooperative, and I'm in contact with them almost weekly.
Good to hear.
So, yep. This is a voluntary registration as well. The first one was as well. There's a second voluntary registration. You see on the left-hand picture that before, you can't, that's probably, and Brian can maybe give me a better idea of how big the hole in the roof was. At least we've got some progress.
It looks like
again-
they're attempting to stabilize it so that it doesn't
Yep.
create more damage to the
Yep.
structure.
Is there someone
again-
living in this property?
Say that again.
Is someone living in this property?
No.
It's vacant, okay.
No, it's vacant. And he just recently, the owners, or the representative at least, submitted the voluntary registration, so we're working with them on that. Mindy? This is on West Second Street. The before picture doesn't quite tell the whole story either, but along the left-hand side, there's been some painting done, a fence. Really looks much better than it was, again, a voluntary registration there.
Have any of these applied for PACE grants or anything for part of these buildings?
Oh, you would have to, not in that list.
Okay.
No, we do have some on the list
Okay.
that have applied for
Yeah.
PACE. Yep. I don't know that this, and maybe Brennan can help me on this, has this property applied for PACE, do we know?
So there's
Okay.
someone living in this property also?
No.
No.
No one's living here, although this is a voluntary registration, so I highlighted because that's actually the property that duplicated, I missed it. So I sent a notification to the property owner, but in the meantime, they had registered, so we appreciate that. And we'll be making contact to get through that plan for this property as well.
And as we go through here, and that's probably an unsafe structure as well?
I believe we have it.
The one on Jefferson Street, probably unsafe because of the dilapidation in the back? Okay.
Okay, Mindy. Here's some of the remaining properties, again, not of just that you have in front of you on the list there. This is down at the foot of Broadway and Fifth, is it?
Yes.
We have no contact, multiple nuisance cases, no one living here.
Is this an out-of-town owner,
Downtown.
out-of-town owner, or is this?
The address we have is a Kentucky address. We had thought, though, that they were living here for a certain period of time.
Yeah, they had their RV parked in front of the house for a while.
There was an RV there. The last contact, Brian might have had contact other than myself, but I haven't
Yes.
had contact
Any
with them.
contact with her in 6 months when we were trying to get her to, when I told her about the new ordinance and everything, but no, she's not made any kind of contact with us at all.
Yeah, this is one of those all brick, all solid, and this is solid home.
It's right next door to
really
a
do a
brand-new
lot.
park, too, that we did,
Yeah,
and changes on Broadway Street, a lot of positive improvements on Broadway.
True. Yeah, it is brick, and I don't have the south-facing side pictures, but Brian can tell you there's crumbling brick there. The window, I think, is falling in, right?
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't know where you went. So there's some issues there. Certainly doesn't meet our standards.
Good.
All right, Minnie. We're familiar with this property at Broadway and Third Street as well, 420 Broadway.
They put a new roof on about 10 years ago. and then stopped.
Yeah. Brief contact here, and then that has not continued with the owner here. Okay, Vinnie. This is on the hilltop next to the Marathon. What's it called? Jazzy's?
Jazz.
Jazzy's up there. It's clearly not a residential building, but it's also unsafe, on the unsafe list. But I'm sure MPD can tell, there's been numerous things happening here, I know. It's unsafe, we've had homeless in there, I believe, so we need to get that taken care of. Okay, Mindy? This is a bit surprising, you might not know this, so McIntyre Street, if you're headed west on Main, just over the bridge is the first street on the left, and this is just one house down from there.
The condition of the house to the right of that, is it on your list also?
That
See
one,
boarded
the
up
boarded up windows, ironically, no, it's inhabited.
Okay.
There's people living there. I think there's multiple apartments there, if I'm not mistaken. There, 3-4 years ago, I had quite a few nuisance cases with that property south of this. But in fact, I think the owner of 320 McIntyre lives at, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken, at the boarded up.
Probably 322.
Yeah, I believe so.
318, which
Okay, Mindy.
Oh.
And that's it.
So
Interesting.
what's the next steps? You gave us a little taste.
So the
You
next
want a
step,
whole meal.
we've got to, and I'm taking this on myself, we've got to, the secondary letters, we've got to get, enforce those. The avenues would be, I believe, liens at that point, if fees and penalties are accumulating. We've got to, my only avenue, I understand, is either legal action in the ordinance or liens. And that's where I'm at.
Still a lot of work to do. Disappointing that there's so little cooperation.
Yeah.
Maybe not a surprise, but it just shows that this enforcement effort has to continue if we're going to improve these properties in our community. And the contradiction here is that people complain about not having enough housing, and then we have property owners that have dozens and dozens of vacant and abandoned structures that if they would invest in them or sell them to allow for investment in them, we could start bringing some either rental markets or home ownership to these neighborhoods.
No, agreed. No, we'll keep on it, keep working at it. So,
Thank you. Thanks for all your efforts.
absolutely.
Thank you, Dewey.
Any questions for Dewey, guys? Okay,
Thank you, Dick.
thank you. Next up, we have PACE extension for 811 East 2nd Street and 811 and a half.
We're starting with the extension.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Do you want to start with the extension? We have some applications too.
I was just following the agenda, if we could just follow with the agenda. Or is that,
Mine
is
has
that problematic?
applications first.
Oh, is there a new agenda? PACE extensions, and then PACE, oh, I
We
must
got
have a different
application
agenda.
first.
Do I have a different agenda?
PACE applications is next after the abandoned.
Okay.
And the first one is 111 East Main.
I have a
Yes,
different
so
agenda. Yeah, if you don't mind, thank you.
111 East Main, this is the floating cow.
Thank you, Brian.
building.
Oh, there we go.
So this is just brand new ownership on this building?
Yes.
Okay,
So this is a dilapidated
will that blow up?
granite.
Thank you.
Trees. My deer hunting out there.
Okay, no problem, I guess we'll.
There it is. What just jumped out?
Presentation. motion. Thank you. Okay, 111 East Main.
So this is the Floating Cow building. New ownership, the Fifes own it now. The Floating Cow is staying for now, but their grant is a dilapidated request for $25,000. There's fire damage on the third floor that needs to be addressed. There's some window repair and replacement as necessary, structural repairs. The top picture with the arrows shows the sagging of the ceiling beam, and then some brick work. They do have.
This has gone through PACE, and it's recommended by PACE.
Yes, they have plans to make the second and third floor an Airbnb and a maker space, and they're going to keep commercial on the ground floor.
Yeah, I can't really tell, but are there shutters on the front, or are those
There are
windows?
shutters
Okay.
on the front. He's actually, this week, I believe, planning to remove the shutters. He's gotten approval for that already, to address the condition of the windows underneath, but he does not plan to replace the shutters.
Okay, good, glad to hear. So what we'll get facade-wise, what will the facade changes be, Brenna?
The windows primarily is what will change.
Okay.
I think he has plans to repaint the windows once he gets the shutters off. So, that as well.
Okay.
Next one. Okay. So 2333 Michigan Road. Now this one actually did not score high enough at PACE, so I'm still recommending that this be approved. This is another dilapidated grant request. This one has the need for extensive mold remediation, primarily in the basement. Some water removal from down there. They will be removing that front enclosure right next to the ramp and replacing it with just a front porch.
It's
And
just
then,
past the golf course in between that and the shopping center.
yes, yeah.
Very visible.
And he will be
nice
putting
to
new
have some
siding. Yeah,
Work on that.
new siding and new
Yeah.
windows on that.
Get to that. Okay, and that's okay.
Okay, and then our next two are Central Hotel Phase 3 and 4. So this is looking at structural stabilization, waterproofing, roofing repair, exterior painting on two more of the 4 structures. So Phase 3 and 4, so if you can hit the next one, there are more pictures.
Is part of their work going to be an upgrade on the electrical systems in the laundromat area? That needs some,
They have not said that, although I expect that to be taken care of because they do plan to turn that into a dining room.
I think y'all went down and looked at that at one point. I think,
So that will no longer be a laundromat, that will be a dining room.
oh, okay, so it's gonna
So,
change its
yeah.
whole, okay, purpose, okay.
So that is it for applications.
Since she has so many, can we just do the approvals in steps? Would that be okay with you all?
Just do one
Just do
approval
the
for all the
applications,
applications.
yeah, if that's okay with you. Brenna, would that be okay?
You mean, do it in one motion?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the, because each of these were $25,000
Yes.
applications. And we have a property at 2223 Michigan Road, 111 East Main Street. And what are the addresses for the Central Hotel?
The two that we have it listed under is 305 and 307 Mulberry.
So
But
what
that
you're
was
talking about,
that,
Shelley? Yeah.
the phases one where they could work on
Okay.
whichever of the four.
I'll make a motion we approve the applications, 111 East Main,
East Second.
233 East Main, 2333 Michigan,
No.
and the Central Hotel Phase 3 on the Mulberry Street address of
And phase four?
Phase 4.
I'll second your motion.
Now we're open for discussion. I want to ask you a quick question. I've got two spreadsheets.
Yes.
One says round 6 on it, so I'm assuming that's a 2025? Okay. We did 6 rounds this year? And then round 1 is
January.
January?
Yes.
So that we're heading into January?
Yes.
Okay. This pretty much exhausts the 111 East Main Street and the 2223 Michigan exhaust our 2025 allocation?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I have second and a motion. Board, any additional discussion? I like the leveraging ratio here. Comments or questions? Hearing none. All in favor for awarding the 4 applicants the dilapidated structures grant? Please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So next up, we have 2 extensions. It's a duplex, so they are connected.
Same building with 2 extensions. Yeah.
So each one is a $25,000 dilapidated structure grant, so $50,000 total. He's asking for an extension primarily due to weather, not being able to finish by the end of this year. So he will be finishing up the siding and I believe the inside is mostly done. So he'll be focusing on the outside now with this extension.
How long of an extension?
6 months.
Is this the first extension?
I believe so.
Okay.
He said he doesn't think it'll take the full 6 months, but he wants to make sure he's got
I
enough
notice
time.
he has those painted now.
He's got the east side painted. I just haven't, is the facade painted too?
Yes.
Okay. Very visible location. Brian does great work. And again, this was a structure that had a different destiny a few years ago. Had a lot of starts and stops for people that acquired the property and then didn't do anything with it. And really grateful Brian took this on. He does great work. He's also doing a lot of other work around town for other investors.
Yeah, so this is for 811
And
and
811
811 and a half.
Yeah.
East Second.
I'll make a motion,
Need
we
a tour.
approve the extension for 811 East Second and 811 and a half East Second.
I'll second that. Any discussion? Comments or questions? When that gets painted and finished and cleaned up and that outbuilding back there gets addressed, it's going to look very different on that corner. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you.
Okay, and last up, we have a final. This is 210 West Second Street, and this work was for tuck pointing and brick repair. It was a rehab grant for $7,500.
On the brick.
So, is this the alley side?
No. No.
Oh. One in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the one on the other side is the one that just had the fire
Had the
a few
fire.
months ago. So this is not the fire side.
Central Avenue, turn right. Second.
What's that?
You went on Central, right there, it's the second one.
I mean, that's not DeLuca's that was fire damaged, is it?
Yeah.
No, it's the one right next to
Oh,
it.
the one next to it,
He
okay.
had a little bit of fire damage, but not anything like the neighbors.
Wallace is where the fire was at.
I know, but isn't that attached to the wall, the apartment or the home where Wallace had the damage? That's why I was asking about fire damage, because
Yeah,
It's a
he had a
duplex,
little bit.
DeLuca
but-
had a lot of water damage from the fire.
Yes, yeah, he
Okay.
had some smoke and some water damage, but that was not part of the grant. The grant
So
was just for
grant
the
was
tuck
just the
pointing.
exterior?
Yeah.
All of it.
Looks really nice. That whole street is very different from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Move that we approve the final for 210 West Second.
I'll second the motion.
Any discussion, comments, or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Good job, Brent.
Yeah, good job, Brent. I just want to mention on this topic here that between now and the end of the year, we're going to take a look at the guidelines, the PACE
Okay.
guidelines as we roll into 2026.
Yes.
And then maybe by the end of the year, you could do a review, a program review of, with this worksheet, how many applications were awarded and essentially what our leveraging ratio was
Yeah, I can do
for all rounds.
I've got a spreadsheet that we update with each application, so I've got that ready whenever
Okay.
you want to see it.
We'll work on that.
All right.
Thank you, Brennan. Okay, that takes care of PACE. We've already talked about Main Street. We are doing a kind of a final walkthrough. There's some lingering work to do on Main Street that we are getting into our punch list, but we're running out of our construction season, which is why today we talked about two projects that we have ongoing. The TSO modernization, which includes the plant improvements, as well as this part of Main Street, which seemed like the project got a little bigger because we added in East End paving, East End restriping, plus some work on some of the side streets. It's all looking really, really good. And we are rolling into 2026 projects with CCMG and the other phase of Main Street. So not a whole lot to add that hasn't already been discussed. And I won't take up any more time other than the fact that the next time we get together, it will be after Thanksgiving. So I want to wish everybody a great Thanksgiving, which is next week's holiday. We'll open it up now for public comment. If there's anybody here who'd like to address the Board of Public Works and Safety, please come to the podium with your name, address, and your remarks, please.
Does that include new business?
It would be public comments. So we're in the public comment. We've already gone through all of our business, and now we're at the public comment. If there's anybody here who would like to make a public comment to the Board of Public Works and Safety, today would be the time. Did we miss something on new business?
No, I just, I had.
If you wouldn't mind coming to the podium, sir.
Pardon?
Do you want to come to the podium?
Well, I had some new business I want to present,
The-
but maybe I'm at the wrong.
No, this would be, if you have,
This-
if you want to state something to the Board of Public Works and Safety, this would be the good time to give us your name and address, and you've been here before, so welcome back.
Thank you. My name is Claude Rote. I live at 820 Fillmore, right by the bridge.
Yep.
And I have three things. One is, since you're doing all this striping, you probably need to consider putting a center stripe down Second Street. That one's so wore out, a lot of places you can't always see it. Some places it has none at all. And I've come close to having a couple head-ons right there, because people drive right down the middle. Either that or make it one way all the way.
Thank
The
you.
other thing is, I don't know if you have the authority to do this, but I'd like to see about getting a sign put up on the bridge on the top where the incline comes down past my house. No engine braking.
Oh, the jack brake.
There's several of them
Yeah.
Peterbilt trucks. When they come down there engine braking, it sounds like a Sherman tank going through my window.
Yeah, I know.
It's loud.
So on that one, the city of Madison does have an ordinance that restricts the engine braking, except on state highways. The state law overrides that, and that's a state highway, and I've talked with NDOT before about that, because they're coming down
Yeah.
Harrison toward your house and coming down the bridge toward your house, and of course you get the hill impact there, but there's really nothing we can do about it because it is permitted on state
Well,
highway.
I didn't think.
Yeah. But I agree with you. Then there is engine braking happening throughout the city on some of our city streets, so that is against our ordinance, and we should be
That one's real
regulating
loud.
that.
Those big old Peterbilts.
Yeah.
That stacks up the back with no mufflers.
Right.
They're horrible. The other thing is, and I don't know if this is a proper venue, but when I cleaned up my fall display, I had 4 pretty good-sized pumpkins. I didn't know what to do with them, so I threw them in the trash. And they picked them up and hauled them away. Then driving around, I noticed the major decoration, or fall decorations, are pumpkins. And when they're done with them, they throw them in the trash, and y'all have to haul them to the landfill. So I thought, and we don't have time to do this year, but maybe we could work out the logistics for next year. Has some drop-off points, a couple here, a couple up on the hill, maybe in Hanover if they want to do it, where people come and drop those pumpkins off, and we can contact farmers, come pick those pumpkins up and take them, feed them to their animals. It'd be a win-win for the farmers, that have free food for their animals. It'd be a win for you, because you wouldn't have to haul tons of pumpkins to the landfill, not to mention the methane gas and stuff.
Similar to what we
Yeah.
do with Christmas trees.
Huh?
It's similar to what we do with Christmas trees.
Yeah.
You know, have a pickup or a dump
I
spot.
read a thing here about 3 years ago. This guy grew pumpkins. At the end of the season, he would just turn his cows in there, and they'd eat every single pumpkin.
Yeah.
And pumpkins are very nutritious.
Yeah.
So I think pig farmers.
Some farmers do that. We do compost.
They'd be happy to come bring their trucks and trailers
Yeah.
and pick those things up.
Well, they haven't in the past, so I'm just saying is that there, no one has coordinated that. Great idea. Yeah, I would just say that perhaps you could work with us to organize that next year.
I'd be glad to.
Yeah.
I don't know any veterinarians around here, but you can get a hold of a vet who has plenty of contact with these farmers. Like I said, that's free food for them. They'd be happy to. And maybe if it catches on here, it might be a national thing.
Mhm.
Tons and tons of stuff out of the landfill. But yeah, I'd be glad to. If you know any veterinarians, I'd contact a couple of them and talk to them about this. I don't know if it's good to feed horses or not. I'd have to talk to a veterinarian. I don't see why I wouldn't. But
We do compost them, so because we have curbside composting, if people will compost them properly, they avoid the landfill and the weight of going into our solid waste removal process, so they do get composted if they're properly composted for the pickup. But that's another alternative to avoid the composting and the waste, solid waste.
do you have that
removal.
many people that do it?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
I mean, I think
Because
there-
you'd have to go up to the compost field, and I would say
Tons of
probably not.
I wouldn't think so.
Not a lot of people take the time to do it, because disposing of it's quicker.
Well, I can leave my phone number or something, and,
Yeah.
I'd be glad to work with you, try
Yeah.
to figure something out. Like I said, we got a year
We have a
to
year.
work on it.
Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank-
Ted.
Like your fence up there too, by the way.
Looks great.
I like the fence you put up there in front of your property.
Steps done. the
I
fence
know.
done,
It looks
and
nice.
the glass is done.
It looks
There's
nice.
a guy coming tomorrow and talk to me about the rest of the glass.
Good deal. It looks nice up there.
Expensive.
Sure, okay.
Thank you for making all the
Yeah.
improvements to your property there by the bridge.
That's right. Very nice.
You're getting there.
The next thing is try to build a garage.
There you go. Anybody else would like to make some remarks for the good of the cause to the Board of Public Works? Safety? Board, anything? Chief Munt, anything to add? Brian?
No, sir.
Brian? Okay. Thank you all for being here today. Our next meeting is December the 1st. I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. Have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.